Welcome everybody. I am Sriram, and we also have Sudha with us. We both actually handle the ACCA related stuff in Indigo Learn. So today we are going to discuss here how to actually complete ACCA between 6 and 18 months. That's the agenda of this particular webinar. I see a lot of you have posted queries on chat. We will come to all those queries. We have a small presentation, a very brief one. I'll not make it too long. So we will, take you through the course, and a lot of your queries will get answered as we move through the presentation. So let's not waste further time and let's jump right into the presentation. So two things I presume, which I'm just directly going in and presuming, because I don't think I want to ask everybody's reactions or votes or anything like that. I'm presuming that quite a few of you have had some experience in writing CA exams, or are already writing CA or will be writing CA or something like that very soon, because exams concluded just about yesterday. So that is one assumption, and I think that assumption probably will fit for 50% of the people at least, and balance 50% I don't think it will apply. But nevertheless, that is the assumption we're going ahead with. So because there are specifics in the presentation which are addressed for CA students as well as non-CA students. You will understand it as we move forward. All right. So Sudha, let's start on. Let's move to the next first slide. Yeah. So, guys, I will not go too deep into what ACCA is, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know it. But just to give you a perspective, ACCA is a global CA. It is known as Global CA. It is a program just like our CA Institute. There is an ACCA Institute. It is based out of UK, and it is not some small time pass institute. It is an institute which is also close to 90 years old. Okay. So in India, we have only one institute called the ICAI. In UK, you have two institutes. One is ICAEW, Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales, and you have ACCA. So they have competition even among accounting institutes. Okay, so that is who they are, right? So ACCA is a fairly renowned institute, and people who get ACCA qualified, they actually can sign accounts in a lot of countries. Of course, not in India. In India, only a ICAI member can actually sign, whereas across a lot of countries, even ACCA qualifieds can sign. So it is just about the signature. But other than that, if you're looking for jobs or if you're looking for practice outside India or anything like that, then ACCA is definitely a great qualification, right? So now coming straight to what ACCA, this whole punchline of what our presentation webinar is all about is ACCA has 13 papers. Right. So ACCA has 13 papers. These are split into 3 papers in level 1, then about 6 papers in level 2, and 4 papers in level 3. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. Totally, you have 13 papers in ACCA across all 3 levels put together. Okay. Now the levels are called as knowledge level, skill level, and professional level. We will, for ease of understanding, I will use level 1, 2, and 3, because that is what everybody will remember. So level 1 is knowledge, level 2 is skill, and level 3 is professional. However, I will use level 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So now coming to the main point of the, how you can be ACCA within 6 months. If you have already qualified in CA final, that is, if you have finished CA final, you are a chartered accountant, then you can write only the last 4 subjects of level 3, right? And take the exemption for balance 9 subjects. Somebody is writing there, Adi, I think. Please stop writing, scribbling on the screen. So if you are a CA, fine. If you're qualified CA, if you're a qualified CA, a member of the institute, you can you are required to write only 4 subjects, which are in the last level. And you can take 9 exemptions, which is 3 subjects in level 1 and 6 subjects in level 2. All 9 subjects are exempt for you, and you can finish it off in 6 months. Now, some of you may be hearing that you can finish it off in 3 months also. See, technically, a lot of things are possible, but practically not everything is possible. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you start your registration process today. Registration process will take you a month at the most, right? At the most. Then after that, you have to, you'll have to get your books, and once you get the books, you start preparing. ACCA exams are held 4 times a year. Unlike CA exams or CMA exams, which are held twice a year, ACCA exams are held 4 times a year: March, June, September, December, right? So what happens is 4 times a year. So you basically take these particular, you register for the exams, and then you prepare for all 4 subjects together and write all the 4 subjects together, and then you get the results in a month and a half. Then technically it is possible to clear in 3 or 4 months, whatever. But practically, more often than not, it takes 6 months. Also because you cannot write all 4 subjects together. They are fairly dense. Okay, just because it is, you're already a qualified CA doesn't mean that everything is a cakewalk. You still have to study. Right, and 4 subjects are fairly intense. And ACCA has a peculiar thing that in a single attempt you can write 4 subjects maximum. Otherwise, if you want to write one subject also, you can write one, or if you want to write 2, you can write 2. You want to write 3, 1, 3, whatever combination. Okay, if you don't want to write, don't write. But the idea is you can write a maximum of 4 subjects in a attempt. Right. So that is how, if you're a CA finals if you're qualified CA, you can basically, write the exams and become ACCA qualified also in a matter of 6 months. How? By writing only 4 subjects out of the total 13 subjects. Right. Now, if you are a CA inter or a graduate, right. Now, here again, there is distinction. Graduate means BCom or, some similar degree, or CA inter or CA inter plus BCom. Okay. So there are 3 variations. Graduation, CA inter plus graduation, right? So in either case, you will typically get about 4 or 5 exemptions. 5 exemptions. In some cases, odd cases, you may get 6 exemptions, but otherwise it is usually 5 exemptions, right? So now these 5 exemptions are: level 1 will be fully exempt, level 2, 1 or 2 subjects will be exempt, and balance subjects you have to write in level 2. Now level 2 has 6 subjects. Out of 6, 1 or 2 will be exempt. Now please don't worry about what are these exempt, how will it work. There are subsequent slides where we are going to actually explain all of this. Right. So you can, if you are, finished CA inter, again, you cannot say that, I have just written my exams, so I want all the exemptions. It doesn't work. If the day you register for ACCA, on that particular day, whatever is your status of CA, that is what is counted. Not what is the status in your mind. What is the status on the paper is what matters when you are, on the day of registering for ACCA. So if you look at this particular slide, right? So you look at this row number 1. If you have finished CA foundation, you absolutely get no exemption. Okay, CA inter. If you are CA inter, you basically get 5 papers that are exempt. So first level, knowledge level, level 1 is fully exempt, and skill level, which is level 2, 2 papers are exempt, and you have to balance write 4 papers. So you basically get 5 papers exemption. If you are CA final, all the 9 papers are exempt. If you are CMA final, when I say CA final, you finish CA final. And when I say CA inter, you have finished CA inter. Okay, and you finish CMA final, you get 7 papers exemption. If you are CMA plus 5 years of exemption, you get 9 years, plus 5 years of experience, you get 9 years of exemption, so on and so forth. Now coming to the critical parts. If somebody is purely BCom, right, just BCom, look at the row second from last. Okay, if you are purely a BCom or MCom, you get 4 exemptions. However, if you are a BCom or MCom plus CA inter, then you get 6 exemptions. So you notice here, if you are purely CA inter, you get only 5. But if you are a CA inter plus BCom, you get 6. So when I say CA inter, you have finished CA inter. You are already in CA final. Your status on paper is CA final, not the status in your mind. Okay. So these are the exemptions. Now, where can do you need to? I've completed my BBA. Does exemption apply? Yes. In case of BBA, 1 subject is exempt. Somebody asked, in case of BBA, 1 subject is exempt. Now, where is all this information? I am showing this on a slide. Don't worry. Go to our website. There is something called as a brochure. Download the brochure. This particular image is directly taken from the brochure. If you want to know more, just go to our website and download the brochure. Okay. This is the brochure. Actually, I'll show this to you. So this is what will be visible to you guys on the website when you click download brochure. In that download brochure, you can download this and have a look. Okay. Now, somebody is asked CA inter first group and BCom, how many papers exemption? CA inter first group is irrelevant. If you finish CA inter, yes or no. If you finish CA inter, 5 are exempt. Otherwise, 5 are not exempt. Then only your BCom is valid. If your BCom is valid, only 4 subjects are exempt. Right. 3 of level 1 and 1 of level 2. Right. Okay. So that can we move back to the third slide or so? Yeah. So now just, zooming out again and trying to explain to you guys what the process is. To become an ACCA, you have to pass the exams. Then they have something called as an ethics module, which is basically, a self-paced study program that you have to do. Then you have to gain practical experience. So for ACCA, you can do, so for CA, we have articleship, right? 3 years. Just like that, for ACCA, you need 3 years of experience. Now, will CA articleship count as experience? Yes, 100% it will count as experience. Okay. There'll be a form, your principal has to fill the form, then it will count as experience. Will any other experience count as practical experience? Yes, any other experience, as long as it is in the field of accounting and finance. Right. So as long as it is in tax, accounting, finance, or something like that, 3 years of experience is considered equal, is considered for ACCA. But one more advantage what you have for ACCA is, moment you pass the exam and finish this self-paced ethics module, right? You basically become a ACCA qualified. Okay, but you don't affiliate. I'm sorry, you become a ACCA affiliate. Okay. Once you show them that you have 3 years of experience, that 3 years of experience can be after getting completing the exams, or during the exams, or before the exams, or whatever the case is. If you show that you have got 3 years of experience and have also passed the exams, both of them, then you will become a member of the ACCA Institute. In case of CA, articleship is linked along with your CA final, right? Right. So you have to do CA, you cannot write CA final unless you have done some amount of articleship, right? So both of them are linked together in CA. Whereas in ACCA, that is not like that. You can finish the exams and then take the practical experience. Your job can also be treated as your practical experience. Okay. So your job is also treated as practical experience. And believe me, there is no difference in the job market between a ACCA affiliate and a ACCA member. Only difference is when you have to sign the accounts as an auditor. That too, you are not allowed in India. Anywhere outside India, if you have to sign, that is when your ACCA membership is relevant. Otherwise, ACCA membership is not so important, right? From a job perspective, right? So if you pass all the exams and complete the ethics module, it is good enough, okay, for you to get a job. And you are treated on par with the ACCA member. And I'm clarifying again, CA articleship is considered, yes, it is considered as experience that is relevant for practical experience, that it can be considered for ACCA, becoming an ACCA member, provided you also pass the exams of ACCA. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So now if you see this, right, exemptions, one thing you will notice is exemptions are available only in level 1 and level 2. Level 1 is knowledge level, level 2 is skill level. So exemptions are available only in these two levels. Even if you have finished a PhD in accounting, you still have to write level 3. All 4 papers of level 3, which is known as the strategic professional level. No matter who you are, whether you are a CA, MBA, whatever it is, everybody has to 100% necessarily appear for all 4 papers of level 3. Whatever exemptions, 3 subjects, 5 subjects, 6 subjects, all those exemptions are restricted only between level 1 and level 2. I hope I am absolutely clear there. Okay, let's move to the next one. Yeah, so what are the subjects in level 1? Level 1, you have 3 subjects. One is business technology. Second one is management accounting. Third one is financial accounting. What is this business technology? I don't know if you're doing BCom, no? You have some subject about organization, management, planning, controls, and all of that. So it is more to do with that. Okay. It is not a very, very tough subject, but at the same time, it is an important subject. Management accounting is more to do something very similar to costing. Financial accounting is your accounting. Okay. These are the subjects in level 1. Now, what are the subjects in level 2? You have corporate and business law. You have performance management. Corporate and business law is not Indian corporate law, by the way. You have UK law. Then performance management is basically costing. And this level 2 is equivalent to CA. I mean, you can level 1, 2, 3, right? So it is like, yeah, I will tell you what are theory, what are MCQ also. Just hold on. Okay. And performance management is similar to costing in CA Inter. Then taxation. Taxation also, you have international taxation and UK taxation. Financial reporting is basically accounting. Then, auditing and FM. So these are the 6 subjects that are there in level 2. And in case of ACCA Institute, right, certain things are very different, unlike the CA Institute. CA Institute gives their own study material, and a lot of coaching institutes give their own material, whatever they create. ACCA Institute is not like that. ACCA Institute does not give you any study material. ACCA Institute does not even, print any material. They have given outsourced this activity to 2 people called BPP and Kaplan. So those are international players. They create the content, they create the study material, they have ebooks and they have printed books and all of that. They are the ones who supply the material. So you can buy from them, or, if you enroll with people like Indigo Learn, we actually provide, ebooks of Kaplan as part of our overall, course fee and all of that. Right. So and we also provide our own notes and all of that stuff. Right. So that is one more thing that you have to be understand. Let's move to the next slide. What are the subjects in level 3? So level 3, you have 2 compulsory subjects and 2 elective subjects, right? Compulsory subjects are SBL and SBR, Strategic Business Leader and Strategic Business Reporting. SBL is a mix of SCMP plus SFM plus some element of accounting, a bunch of stuff. It is a mixed subject. SBR is basically your accounting, financial reporting of CA final, something very similar. Then you have electives, 4 subjects. Out of these 4, you have to choose any 2. Advanced financial management, advanced performance management, advanced taxation, and advanced auditing and assurance. Right. Out of these 4, you can choose any 2. Right. None of these subjects are exempt in level 3. All the exemptions are only for level 1 and level 2. Okay. Let's move forward. Yeah, next one. This we already discussed. I'm not going to go into this. Now, what are the pass rates for a variety of these subjects, right? So we just want to show you historically what are the pass rates for most of these subjects. So if you look at, some data is NA because of COVID. Okay, so COVID or probably, some those results didn't come out or the exams got delayed or something like that. Okay, so ignore the NA part. But if you otherwise look at it, right, the pass rate is 50 to 80%. So or some case 40 probably, 39-40 is also there. So 39-40% is the pass rate for certain subjects like advanced auditing. And for some subjects like BT and others, it is about 85%, or in some case 88% also, right? So the pass rates are fairly decent. Okay, so unlike CA exams where pass rates are 10%, 15%, and thankfully ACCA does not have this whole group system at all. There is no concept of a group. You need not clear the entire group together. There is no concept of aggregate or average or things like that. You have to clear each particular paper, right? So you have to clear each individual subject, and then you can complete the entire syllabus, all the papers, and become an ACCA. Okay, so that is one more aspect. Now, somebody asked, what are the exams? How are they held and all of that, right? So now, if you look at level 1, right? Level 1 exams are on-demand exams. So these exams are online and they are conducted in computer centers. So there are authorized computer centers where you go and write the exams, and you can take them whenever you want. So when I told you, March, December, September, March, July, June, September, and December, those are for level 2 and level 3. Level 1, 3 subjects, you can take them whenever you want, right? And level 2 also, one paper law is you can take whenever you want. But the other 5 subjects of level 2 are only session based. That is, you can take them only during the exam cycles, which are 4 times a year. Right. So that is one aspect. And then once you finish this level 1 and level 2, you have to complete the EPS module, that is, ethics and professional this module. And then it is advised, because a lot of content of EPS module is relevant for level 3. And then you can, then you can go and attempt the level 3. And level 3, all subjects are session based. That is, all subjects are held only during those 4 quarters periods, right? You cannot attempt them whenever you want. Right. Now, coming to, point I wish to highlight is in level 2, right? In across all levels, by the way, across all levels, you can write 4 papers per session. Okay. I know level 1, there are only 3 papers. You can write all 3 papers together also. But the idea with ACCA is you can write 4, and per year you can write, I think, 6. No, Sudha, in a year, single calendar year, how much can you write?
8. 8 they can write.
You're allowed to write 4 exams year. In a single calendar year, you can write 8. I'm sorry, my bad. In a single calendar, you can write 8, but every exam session, you can write maximum of 4. However, what we suggest is, in level 2, you write 2 subjects per session, and in level 3, you write 1 subject per session. The reason is, just because you are smart doesn't mean that the exam is going to be easy. Okay, exams are fairly intense, and the most interesting part with respect to ACCA is these exams are largely case study based, and all the exams are computer based. Even writing, you have to actually type. Okay, it is not pen and paper and all of that. You actually have to type. You will have these Excel sheet stuff and all of that. So the idea is, just a second.
I don't know why did she join in again? I had removed her earlier also. They just want to come and mess up the session.
Yeah. So just because you can write 4 papers in a session, we don't suggest that you write all 4. Level 3, you write 1 paper per session, and it actually helps you. And they also have some peculiarities. So some of the suggestions that we have is don't write 2 practical papers at the same time. Write 1 practical and 1 theory. That is actually very helpful so that for you to clear. Same way, don't take 2 subjects, tough subjects at a time. Take 1 tough and 1 easy subject when you want to write. Same way, tax, right? The subject about tax, preferably attempt it in the June attempt. Why? Because the syllabus changes. Exam will be held in exam center or online proctor from home. So exams will be held in exam center only, Sunil. They will not be held in online proctor or from home. Okay, they'll be held in an exam center. There will be computer centers like what people write GRE, GMAT and all that. They go to a place like Prometric or something like that. You'll have specialized computer centers where you go and write. During COVID, they held online, at home exams, but now they are not holding at home exams. Okay, at home exams. No, the point I was trying to highlight was about tax. Now, tax, their syllabus changes every time in June, right? So, if let's say whatever syllabus comes now will be applicable till June exams, and if after June exams, a new syllabus will be applicable. So, if you write the attempt tax in June, what will happen is, unfortunately, if somebody does not clear, they can write it in the immediate next attempt. Okay, in September. Let us say you write the exam in tax exam in March. Okay, if you unfortunately do not clear, next June when you have to write the tax exam, the syllabus will change. Okay, so hence there are some peculiarities like this where you have to choose a subject at a relevant point of time. We are here to guide you. We will help you in all those things. So we have an understanding of how this works. So we will definitely people like us will actually be there to help you out. Let's move to the next slide. Yeah, so this is what I was trying to highlight. Choose your exams that complement each other well. Choose 1 theory plus 1 practical, and choose stuff that have related topics. Right now, combinations that are preferred, in level 1 you have this. This is level 2. I'm sorry, level 2 you have performance management plus law, then or performance management plus taxation, and performance management plus financial management, and so on. In level 3 you have SBL. Or which is strategic business leader, or advanced performance management, or advanced taxation. You write all of them individually. However, you can write SBR plus A, which is strategic business reporting plus advanced auditing, or strategic business reporting plus advanced financial management together. Right. What is not preferred is 2 practical subjects like tax plus FM or something like that. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So just now what I'll do is I will tell you what we will offer, but before that, let me come and take all the questions. Okay, so what are all the questions there? Let me address all of them, and then I will come back to what we are here to offer. Okay, the first is somebody spamming. Okay, recording of this session. Yes, recording will be available on YouTube. If you want separately, email us at support@indigoland.com. We'll get back. Then scope of ACCA in India, start with this. Yes, scope is fairly decent. You have a decent scope for ACCAs in India. A lot of MNCs, recruit ACCAs. In fact, a lot of CA firms, I think you all must be aware of the fact that there is a severe shortage of articles or chartered accountants working in CA firms. Not only CA firms, even in large corporates. So a lot of people actually are looking for ACCA and qualifications like that, where people can actually have the understanding of accounting, auditing, taxation, and so on and so forth, and they can actually help them. So the scope, especially in Big Four, right? Grant Thornton, or Deloitte, or EY, KPMG, PwC, or BDO, the Big Six rather, all of them actually have do recruit a lot of ACCA. Right. Then next question. What subjects do we have in ACCA? How many levels? I have finished that. Sir, will this be available on YouTube? Right now it is being streamed, but if you want, send us an email at support@indigoland.com. Whether you'll be able to practice or you'll have to go for work. No, you can see in India, you cannot practice with just pure ACCA qualification. You have to practice outside India. But if you want to get a job, it is definitely will be available in India. Several jobs, and jobs will be available outside India also. Advantage of doing CA plus ACCA, whether to do ACCA along with CA or after completing CA. See, my suggestion is if you have finished CA Inter, right, then you should definitely try, especially if CA Inter plus BCom, if you're finished, or just finished CA Inter, then you should do ACCA together. You'll finish off a course parallelly along with CA. See, because one thing I want to highlight to you guys is CA is a very, very India-centric course, and I teach subjects at CA final level also. Believe me, the content is extremely India-centric. I mean, you are not exposed to international, stuff. ACCA is almost everything international. There is hardly anything that has got to do with India. See, principles of accounting or auditing or taxation are same everywhere. Okay, but the outlook that you get right with ACCA is completely global outlook. Right? You may think, what am I using this word global, global, global? Believe me, when I look at SFM subject from an India perspective, that is what I teach in CA final. That is very, very India centric. Whereas what you similarly study correspondingly in ACCA is largely global. You get to understand how the US markets work, or how the European markets work, so on and so forth. So my suggestion, do it along with CA Inter, sorry, once you finish CA Inter, or do it once you finish CA Inter or BCom.
So
right?
just to add
After
on,
finishing CA final, very few people will have incentive to do a new course. Okay, that is one reason why I suggest that do it right, along with CA once you finish CA Inter. Okay,
so
next question.
just to add on one
ACCA
more
plus CA advantage. I just told you, right? You'll get a very global outlook, and you will be considered for jobs abroad. Right. Then how to register, and if you can register now, when can we write the exam, and what exemptions are available? See, I have told you about exemptions and stuff. I've not told you about registration process. Right. So you can reach out to us. So I'll just briefly guide you. See, ACCA, right, as a body, works through a lot of people who are training providers, right? They are known as accredited learning partners or authorized learning partners. We are one of those learning partners. Now, when you go through an authorized learning partner, you actually get a lot of discounts and a lot of clarity. What do I mean by that? See, if you can do ACCA on your own also, okay, you need not go through an ALP. You go to ACCA website, register, pay, do everything, take coaching outside, and become an ACCA. Absolutely no problem. It is perfectly fine. Okay, but when you go through a authorized learning partner like Indigo Learn, what tends to happen is, we get some discounts for you for exemptions. So this is one weird thing in ACCA. Even when you have an exemption, okay, for claiming that exemption, you have to pay exemption fee. For claiming that exemption, you have to pay an exemption fee. But if you are directly, applying online through ACCA portal, you will not get discounts on exemption fee. You'll have to pay full exemption fee. And what is the exemption fee? Exemption fee is up to 100 or 120 pounds. Okay, or anywhere between 80 to 100 pounds, depending on different subjects. Right now, this pounds, today the rate is, I think, 80 or 85 or whatever the US, whatever is the GBP versus INR exchange rate. It will work to about close to 10,000 rupees, 8,000 to 10,000, 6,000 to 10,000 rupees. On that, you basically get exemptions. Now, on that, basically, you get discount if you go through a authorized learning partner. So exemption fee, you will get discounts if you go through a learning partner. Okay. That is first part. Second part is, we provide coaching, and we provide you, because we have some connect with the institute, ACCA Institute, a lot of information comes to us, which we can pass on to you. And because we teach a lot of people, there is a lot of stuff that we know, which we can guide you with. Okay, so if you were to do ACCA on your own, without any ALP, there'll be X cost. Okay, the cost will, we'll explain to you what the cost is, right? If you do it through an ALP, the cost is same. There is hardly 2 to 3% or maximum 5% variation in the cost if you do without an ALP or with an ALP, right? Why is because if you come through an ALP, you will get discount on exemption, but we will charge coaching fees. Okay, if you don't go through an ALP, you will pay the full fees for all exemptions, and coaching fees anyway will be extra. So the fee on both the cases will be almost the same. The total expenditure that you'll incur will be almost the same. Okay, how to register? We will guide you. Please call us, or you go to my ACCA website. But as I just told you, don't register on your own. Go through an ALP. You will get discounts when you apply for exemptions. Okay, then how much time will it take to complete ACCA professional group only? Professional group is the last group. You can finish it off in 6 months. Okay, if you are already a CA. Okay, then eligibility for ACCA, even a 10+2 student can start ACCA, okay, by clearing all 3 levels. Okay, even a 10 standard student can write ACCA, where they add one more level, 4th level, foundation of accounting, they add one more level and they can do it. So technically, right, if you're just 10th pass, you can start preparing for ACCA. What is the fee to apply for exemption? I just explained that to you. How should we approach for students who have entered ACCA after CA Inter and pursuing articleship? So for you guys, ACCA will be extremely useful because your articleship will count as practical training, and a lot of subjects will be very, very common. Right. So, and you can clear, and this is one more thing I usually say to people. Some people take offense on it. Okay. I suggest you don't take any offense. See, CA is unfortunately a course that is gamed against the students. right? Where, you have to clear 4 subjects at a time. Each subject you have to get 40, on average you have to get 50 and all of that. And a lot of people unfortunately are not able to clear because of this kind of structure. Whereas ACCA is more student friendly. You can write 1 subject at a time and exams are held 4 times a year. So if God forbid, if CA doesn't happen for you, ACCA is a super backup plan because you are studying subjects which are very, very similar, and at the same time you are clearing them very, very fast. Okay, how much should we pay for exemption fee to write the professional level? You please reach out to us. It depends on each paper. There is a separate fee. Sudha, you want to add how much that fee is per level?
For coaching, you're asking us?
I'm unable to hear you. Yeah,
Can other...
Go on.
Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. You're talking about the exemption fee. Sorry, I didn't get you what you were asking.
Exemption fee across for level 1 and level 2 put together, how much will it be?
It is each exemption fee is equivalent to the exam fee. So for skill level, it is somewhere around £132 per paper. And for advanced level, that is professional level, it is around 240. So on an average, if you see, you will get around £750 for skill level total, but you will be getting exemptions of only 4 in skill level. So that 4 into 132 is what is you will be getting a discount of roughly 120 into 4. That is £480 of discount.
So what happens is effectively when you register through an authorized learning partner, like let's say Indigo Learn, right? So you literally pay a very, very minimal sum for claiming exemption. Okay, so whenever whatever discounts are applicable. Am I right, Sudha?
Yes, Suraj.
Yeah, so that is the benefit you get. And I just wanted to add one more thing. When someone had earlier also asked, and now also they're asking, CA and ACCA doing together. So just to give a very example for those who can relate with the CA final subject, let's say financial reporting. Content for financial reporting under both the things are, the syllabus is largely same. What you understand at a CA curriculum is you get an expert knowledge, but then you get very less of application knowledge. You don't know how to apply them. You'll understand a lot of theories, but then when it comes to practical application, institutes sadly they don't put a lot of emphasis on practical application. But then when the same thing is tested under ACCA, you'll understand how the same things can be handled when you get a real life scenario, a case study scenario kind of a thing. So the blended learning, and if at all you're planning for a dual degree, by the time you complete your CA, you also have additional degree, that is something you can explore. I'm not saying you should, it is the only option, but that is something what you can actually explore of, right? Yes, Sriram, you can continue.
Yes, sorry. So can you make this ID my this thing host, because the other one is hanged. Just I'm actually facing some tech issue. I wish to see the other chat queries also. Yeah. So the next query is I have cleared the both CA in CA inter both groups and completed BCom through distance. How much exemption can I get? We just explained to you. You get 3 plus 3s. You'll get 6 exemptions. And how long will it take for me to complete? It will take you close to a year. This is Mohammed Ashik. It will take probably close to a year or sometimes 18 months, depending on how quickly you can finish. Right. Next question, I'm actually not able to see. Which ALP is Indigo Learn? There are different levels for that too, I assume. Yeah, this is a good question. We are a silver ALP. So whenever anyone starts off as an ALP, they're first given silver. Nobody gets gold or platinum to begin with. Now, is there a difference between what is silver, what is gold, and what is platinum and all of that? Absolutely no difference in terms of the exemption fee or a discount or anything like that. Right. It is just a way for ACCA Institute to grade the ALP partners, right? Authorized learning partners. It has got nothing to do with the students. It doesn't mean there is anything to this attached to this. Now, jobs and what kind of
just
jobs?
A second, Sriram. I think you have missed earlier chats. Let me just run through them quickly. There are a lot of questions earlier which you were there. Okay, so yeah, so then a few questions. Ashmita said, right now, when is the right to start ACCA? We have done that. At BBA, we have finished it off. Then articleship, yes, articleship can be claimed as an exemption. Theory paper, Sriram has already covered on that. Right, then, sir, will it be difficult to write exams in computer compared to actual written exams? So two things happens, Bala. One is, you may not be used to typing much, when you're using a computer, but if you can practice typing and you can speed up, you can actually write more content when you type rather than when you're writing with your hand. So for example, when I wrote my CIMA, level 3 paper, if I would have done a manual exam, I would have written, let us say, 10 pages. But on a computer-based exam, I could write 15 pages because I was typing really good. So that is one thing you can, build up, and you can do it. Then how to choose optional papers? It depends on your comfort level. Okay, like you have an elective paper in CA, same way you have exemption optional papers there. If you're good at, let's say, audit, or if you're good at taxation, you may choose them. Then salary depends. Starting salary is comparable with entry level CA jobs. In fact, then I'm pursuing MBA first year and I'm going to take a specialization in finance. What is the ideal time to start ACCA? I think because you have already started MBA, and then, based on your BCom, you can claim exemptions. And I guess for some, specific post-graduation courses also, there are exemptions available. You can get in touch with our team. And if you're planning to hold a professional degree apart from an MBA, I think, you should start exploring it. Types of job, you'll have jobs around financial, analyst role, accounts reporting role, financial reporting role. You have all this, AP, AR role, audit related role. So, there are a lot of jobs what CAs do, right? Except practice, what you cannot do in India. Other things can be done. Then is ACCA better or US CPA better in India? Both have their advantages and disadvantages, right? US CPA is pretty much, restricted to countries like USA, Canada, those companies based out of those regions. Whereas ACCA has wider acceptance, like companies in Middle East, companies across, we have, I think, 180 odd countries where ACCA is present, right? So scope wise, ACCA is wider, and cost wise also ACCA is cheaper. So that is one thing you can keep in mind. Email ID, you can reach out to us at support@indigoloan.com, and we will get back to you on that. Career opportunities. So basically having an ACCA qualification, it opens additional windows in MNCs. In fact, just recently, one of my friend, he's a CA intern. He was working with ITC. Then he took up ACCA, and I think within 6 to 8 months, he got an offer from PepsiCo. Okay, so that kind of opportunities you get when you are stuck in a corporate, right? Then articleship, whether you do before ACCA, after ACCA, it is considered. Then regarding total cost, it again depends on how many exemptions you are having, and accordingly the cost would vary. Aspects related to cost, total cost of the course, total cost of the tuition fees, and all of that, you can get in touch with our team. Once you claim an exemption, it is valid, right? Till the time your registration is valid, the exemptions are also valid.
Just to add on that, Suraj.
Sorry?
Just to add on that exemption part, whatever exemptions you need to claim it at the time of registration. You can't add later. So students have to be careful about that.
Sure. So for example, let's say you want to claim exemption based on BCom, right? And then once you complete the BCom, while registering, you have to claim the exemption. You cannot claim subsequently, is what wanted to highlight. Then
there's a question, which
there is
part?
No need to wait 1 year like you wait in CA. Okay, you can directly take up. After that, I think Sriram had taken the remaining question.
Yeah. No, Sudha, can you answer that question on MCQs? How many papers have MCQs?
Yes. Level 1, which has 3 papers, business technology, management accounting, financial accounting, and level 2, the first paper on law. These 4 papers have objective questions. And the remaining skill level papers, that is the remaining 5, where your performance management, financial management, auditing, taxation, and your performance management. There are 5 papers. These have both MCQs as well as descriptive. But these descriptive are not a straightforward questions. ACCA has a level where they have scenario-based questions, not direct descriptive questions. They wouldn't ask you like, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, sort of thing. They're both scenario-based. Now, level 4, the first one, SBL, is a 3 hours paper. It is only 1 question. So they give you a complete scenario and you need to analyze and show all your professional skills in that. The remaining have descriptives in in their question formats. So only MCQs would be in the first 4 papers, that is business technology, management accounting, financial accounting, and law.
Right. Okay.
And then one more question, difference between CPA and ACCA. CPA is a 4-paper exam, but as I told you, it is slightly costlier, not slightly, in fact, quite costlier as compared to ACCA. And the focus is more on US GAAP, right? So you restrict yourself when you're focusing. But yes, if you want to settle out in US or if you want to work for an US MNC, then that is a perfect thing. CMA USA, Sohaib, it has much, it has a lot lesser demand as compared to, ACCA. That is my practical experience.
Yeah. Pooja
registration benefit, Bhavya. Sudha, you can answer.
Registration?
So there's a question by Bhavya.
I heard there's a membership fee. Yes, there is a membership fee, both student membership fee and member when you become a member also. This will enable you to get all the updates and the newsletters and all. So this is required, but if you come through ALP, you will get a certain discount in this aspect also. You will have to pay every year certain membership fee. There was another question by Pooja. If I register with CA Inter and then claim 5 exemptions after I complete CA final, can I add? So precisely the point that whatever is your qualification at the time of registration, based on that, you can apply for your exemption. So you just because you cleared another level or another exams, you have achieved another qualification, you cannot claim additional exemptions later.
So if you've joined a CA Inter, you get those 5 or 6 exemptions and you have to write all the papers, even if you finish CA final in between or a PhD in between. And
so lesser demand in India, largely I'm talking from an Indian context where CMA US, I don't see. Okay. So to be very clear, I myself am a CIMA UK, CIMA UK also doesn't have much demand in India. And CMA US also has pretty restricted demand in India. It's like comparing a CA and a CMA India. Okay, so that is the level of comparison I would do, right? Some specific companies may hire, but if you want to look at a wider opportunity and also involvement of ACCA Institute in the, corporate placement, the tie-ups they have, the registered employers they have, they are pretty much active as compared to other institutes. That has been our experience. Yeah, we do have mock tests for ACCA.
Yes, we have mock tests.
And also one thing, we will give you authorized material from Kaplan. It will not be some photocopy or something like that, right? So it will be a proper e-notes that will be provided to you.
And friends, one more thing I want to highlight to you. ACCA Institute and number of ACCA students in India have grown by, I think, 8 to 10 times in last 5 years. Okay, so probably in 2017, there were, 5,000 or 6,000 ACCA students. Today, there are more than 40,000 ACCA students. Okay, that particular institute, a lot of students are actually doing it and liking it because, it is not gamed against them. It is a pro student in terms of the way exams are structured. The syllabus is good, the exams are good, but, you don't have that weird stuff of, clear 4 subjects at a time and all that, which is why ACCA is a lot preferred by a lot of students. Is it better to do ACCA before CA Inter foundation note or after CA Inter? I have recently completed my bachelor's degree. So if you finish bachelor's degree, you have 4 subjects that are exempt. So I think you should do immediately. Okay, and most of these AC students are CA students. Yes, I'm telling you, yes, a lot of ACCA students are CA students because as I just explained about that whole the nature of CA exams, which have this group system, which is not there in ACCA. Because see, at the end of the day, boss, all these qualifications are either to get a job or to start your own practice. Now, more than 80 or 90% of the people who are qualifying as a CA are also going into job market. Very few are actually getting into practice. Okay, when you're getting into a job, if your end goal is job, it doesn't matter whether it is CA or ACCA or anything like that. Okay, if as long as there is a course that is giving you a job, which is not taking you some 10 years, 15 years to complete and all of that, I think, and if you're getting a job which is decent, which is well paid, which is equally paid as a CA, I think, that everybody should appreciate that fact that, that is the kind of course that is actually pro students. So that is one thing that I, have to say with respect to ACCA. Right.
Just to add on that, Sriram, ACCA believes, what people do have, why do they give so many exemptions? So the whole concept is that if you have already earned a knowledge, you have gained some knowledge in some other qualification, but if it's the same subject, why make the student go through that once again?
Correct.
That's
Exactly.
the simple philosophy why they give exemptions. And they do this through a very tedious process of accreditation, where they go through everything. They ensure that the student doesn't miss on any of the concepts.
Correct. Now, there is another question. ACCA is most expensive course. So let me do back of the envelope calculations. Okay. So if you do ACCA through anybody, like us or any, accredited tuition provider, the cost will probably be 10% more than CA, or in a lot of cases, it will be even less than CA. Because the advantage of doing with ACCA through an ALP is that both the coaching fees, exam fees, everything, coaching you'll also get, and you'll get discounts on exemption fee. All of that put together will cost you hardly 3 lakhs, boss. Less than 3. In case of CA final coaching, each subject is 12,000. Okay, or 10,000, whatever it is, depends on faculty. So CA final coaching itself will be close to 70,000-80,000. CA inter coaching is under 60,000. Then CA foundation coaching is under 30,000. Then you have CA registration fee, CA exam fee. Then all of that put together, CA will also cost you 2,70,000, 2,80,000. Or depending on, how many times people, buy the books and all of that stuff, right? So it is not very expensive compared to CA. It is almost in line with CA. In fact, if you go to certain coaching institutes for CA will actually be at least 1 lakh more costly than ACCA, believe me.
And also, Sriram, it's about not just this cost cannot be a standalone factor. It is how are you going to recover that through your employment? I think ACCA will be employed earlier, and you'll start recovering that cost much earlier than.
Yes. So
just to add context, like CPA, if you have to do it, is about 5 lakhs. Okay. And there also you have to finish everything within 18 months. Right. So we are not saying, as Sudha mentioned, that this is the better course in terms of, being cost effective. It's about, let's say you can finish it off in a year's time, and then you can start working. And within a year's time, you'll recover the entire cost that you have incurred.
Correct. So next question is master's degree that ACCA Institute gives. So if you finish level 2 of ACCA, you can write a thesis and, you can submit, and you can actually get a BSc in accounting degree from University of Oxford. And if you finish level 3 also, then you can actually write, 2 papers thesis, and that you can submit to to them and get a master's degree from University of London. Okay, master's degree in accounting. So if you, in addition to getting your ACCA degree, you write 2 papers of thesis, you'll actually get a BSc and MSc degrees from an international university also. Okay. Then, you need more information on that, Sunil, you can reach out to us. Okay. ICAEW has tie-up with ICA, right? Then for qualified CA, which is better, what are the differences? Yes, ICAEW has a tie-up. So it depends on, what you want to, how you, ICAEW exams are not, as far as I know, are not held in India. Okay.
No, so they'll have, I'll just answer that, Sriram. So you will have to write, I think, 2 papers of ICAEW. Okay. Cost-wise, it costs around 1.5 lakh rupees. That is one thing. But if you take an ICAEW membership, you will not see companies in India hiring with an ICAEW qualification. Unless you want to settle in the UK, okay, where, they would be hiring candidates with ICAEW. In India, you will not see companies hiring ICAEW. You would see companies calling for ACCA. So that is where you have to make a choice. Okay, let's say you complete CA and then you want to go through the MOU route and take, England and Wales for a CA membership. It's perfectly fine. There's no harm. But then using that qualification, you will not be able to, that will not be, helpful enough for you to get an additional benefit in India. That's the whole point.
And it is also the thing, right? You have to go there and write. No? You can't write it here.
No, you can write in India.
You can write in India?
Okay, yeah, you can write in India. Mumbai and all they have centers, but you can do it in India.
Okay. In which way will we gain more knowledge? By claiming exemptions or clearing all papers without exemption? See, everyone will say, don't take any exemptions and then you will get knowledge. Okay. But when you have a choice of taking exemptions, you should take exemptions. Why do you want to spend more money and more time in doing?
And you're getting exemptions because you have cleared those subjects, not just, randomly.
And also all those papers which you have claimed exemptions, they would be referred in your papers which you have to write. So you will anyhow get to know the concepts, and during that time you can always brush up more if you want to go back and learn.
Okay. And what are is there any get while we getting right thesis? Yeah, that we will figure out, man. That is not an issue. So that you will get help if you have the plan. We will definitely guide you, Bhavya. That is not an issue. Please tell me the best faculty for new subject, business law. What business law are you referring to? You're referring to Sudha, what business law is this? What is a new subject? I thought it is
we only have law, corporate law we have in ACCA. I don't know if they are referring to.
Correct. So the subject that you have in ACCA is called level 2.
I think it's in some. I think it's in some other context. I don't know. I think the student has to make it clear what is the context.
Yeah, correct. We're not understood that, Tamanna. Please reach out to us on mobile or our email ID. We'll help you. ACCA Institute having tie-up with CA Australia and New Zealand. Yes, they have some tie-ups. Okay, so we reach out to us separately. We'll actually take you through that. For beginners, would you suggest to self-study or take up coaching? See, for everyone, whether you're a beginner or whether you're already past CA, go through an ALP, whether it be us or somebody else. The reason is you'll actually get discounts and you will get coaching along with that. Okay. So Bala, the answer is for you. Even if you're taking from somebody else, the logic is you will get discount plus coaching plus books, everything if you go through an ALP, and the cost will be same as what you do on your own. Okay.
So we had some students coming up after registering, and they were regretting, like had they all registered through us, they would have got discount at the time of registrations and claiming exemption.
Correct.
Okay, so it's about it'll help you to do it in a cost-effective manner. And going through an ALP also keeps you updated about what all are the things happening at ACCA, and also like we keep on attending sessions and seminars and conferences conducted by ACCA, right? So that way also we can guide you better.
Then is Indian CA is valid in Switzerland? Man, I mean, you're asking extremely technical questions, Balaji. I wouldn't know for every specific country where it is valid, where it is not valid, man. Then after ACCA, it is better to practice or job. I think ACCA in India, when you're doing it, the course is designed for, the course, especially the way, the ALP structure is and all of that. And assuming that, you're going to be in India, job is what matters rather than, it is practice, because practice is outside India. Right. So, yeah. And I'm a last question. I think we'll wind up, we'll not take further questions, probably last couple of questions. I'm a CA intermediate student awaiting final grade card for BCom AF degree. Should I register now or wait for BCom result and get exemption for one extra subject? Please wait for BCom result and get exemption for one extra subject. In UK, there is a difference between ACCA and ICAW. As far as regulatory aspects are concerned, Raja Gullapudi, there is no difference. Obviously, there is a different degree, right? The CA is different from CMA, but if both of them are allowed to, appear before the GST office, is there any difference as far as the client is concerned? No. You know that, right? The CMA also are entitled to go and appear in front of the GST department and, fight your case or, present to the authorities. Same way, CA is also allowed, CMA is also allowed. Anyone who has enough stuff can go and appear. Right. Same logic, ACCA and ICAW, both of them are entitled to sign the paper. And which slide, Anish Patil, which slide are you referring to? Yeah, so
entire brochure is available for download on our website. You can download it from there.
Correct. So this is the broad set of doubts that we chose to answer. I hope we have answered most of the questions. OneFin offerings, yes. So we wanted to just Sudha, you can share that slide on our offering. What is it that we actually offer? We offer live classes by ACCA and CA qualifieds. We offer ebooks of Kaplan. We offer recorded backup of classes. We offer internal tests and mock exams. We have regular webinars and updates from ACCA. We have a forums on our app. I don't know if you're CA students, if you're aware of us. We have a very, very active and dynamic forum section on our app and website. that also is there for ACCA students, and we offer placement assistance. So all of these are part of the offering what OneFin makes. Now, a lot of you may ask, what is the cost? As I told you, you will have different exemptions for different status of, different status of students. Okay, so there is no pen drive classes. These are live classes, and once these live classes are done, we may start recorded classes later, but right now it is all live classes. So the idea is, if anyone asks what is the exact cost for if I want to become ACCA, what is the cost? We'll ask you 10 questions. Did you finish BCom? When did you finish? What is the eligibility? What are the exemptions? When do you want to write? And then we can tell the cost. So please don't ask us what is the cost. You go to our website, have a look at the, what are the course level costs, and you call us. We will explain to you what the overall cost is, because cost cannot be explained on a call like this, because each one will have a very different situation. Some may be CA inter only, some may be CA final, some may be CA inter plus BCom, some may be only BCom, some may be BBA. So exemption fees will vary, exam fees will vary, course fees will vary. So a lot of things will vary. Okay. Okay. Chalo guys. So what we look forward to you right now is, we've had a very, are exam centers available in each state? Yes, there are exam centers available in most of the states. That is not an issue. Okay. Unless probably it's a remote state, it may be difficult, but most of the states, Northeast, West and South, they are available. Now, this is the thing, this will conclude the webinar now. So students, one of the requests that I have is, if you need any further information, if you want to know more, please reach out to us on, our number 964011. So I'll write here, I'll actually tap here, 9640, 1 minute. Yeah, Sudha has just typed it. So this is our number. Call us during weekdays, or during office hours, and we will, be there to help you. If you are having any doubts, you click the callback button on our website. You go to our website, onefin.in/ACCA, and you click the callback website, or you write an email to support@indigolearn.com, and we will be there to help you out. Okay, chalo guys. So this is the long, discussion that we had. Very good discussion that we had on, ACCA. We hope to see a lot of you registering with us. Okay, chalo.
Also to
all
add,
the best.
Also to add, our YouTube channel, please do subscribe to that. ACCA by OneFin. You will get regular updates and all the info related to ACCA in a very descriptive and informative.
Correct manner. Correct. Okay. Chalo guys. Thanks a lot. Happy weekend and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, and please do call us in case of any queries, or write to us at support@indigolearn.com.